Singular and plural nouns in Spanish. Rules and examples. Hola! Thank you for joining us in a new video about grammar. On this occasion, we will learn the rules for singular and plural nouns in Spanish. A very basic topic, but also a very important one in the language. As you may already know, most nouns in Spanish, as well as many other words in the language, have a singular and plural form, besides having a gender and being part of a specific category such as proper nouns or common nouns. What are we going to learn in this video? Well, we will explain 4 specific rules that we follow to transform words from singular to plural, as well as several examples of nouns and sentences so that you can get a chance to see how these rules are applied. Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. Do all Spanish nouns have a plural form? First of all, most Spanish nouns and even Spanish adjectives have a property called número gramatical, which allows us to transform them from singular to plural to talk about several objects instead of just one. It is easy to make these transformations by following some simple rules that we will present next. Rule number 1. Adding s to the end of the noun. The first rule to make singular nouns plural in Spanish says that we add the letter s at the end of a word when this word ends in a vowel without tilde or without a written accent. Following this rule, we will add s to nouns such as casa and mesa. As you can see, both casa and mesa do not have tilde over the last vowel in their singular form. We also add the letter s to words ending in e with tilde, such as bebé, this word being an exception to the rule. These are some examples of simple sentences following this rule. Casa. Mi casa es grande. Mis casas son grandes. Bebé. El bebé está llorando. Los bebés están llorando. Notice how the nouns casa and bebé change to casas and bebés, respectively, in these sentences. Rule number 2. Adding es to the end of the noun. The second rule to form the plural in Spanish says that we add the letters es at the end of the words when they end in a consonant. This rule applies to nouns such as televisor, ending in r, or papel, ending in l, and also to words that end in a vowel with tilde, particularly a, I, o, u, but not those ending in e, such as bebé. Here are some examples of nouns that follow this rule. Limón, limones. Dios, dioses. Frijol, frijoles. Iglú, iglúes. Rule number 3. Replacing z with ces. When a word ends in the consonant z, we replace the z with the suffix ces. Pay attention to how these nouns ending in z in the singular form then end in ces in plural. Actriz, actrices. Avestruz, avestruces. Feliz, felices. Pez, peces. Voz, voces. Here are a couple of sentences with these nouns in singular and plural forms in Spanish. Ella es una actriz famosa. Ellas son actrices famosas. Tienes una voz fuerte. Ellos tienen voces fuertes. Finally, we got to the fourth rule about singular and plural nouns in Spanish. The exceptions. That is, words that do not have a plural form in Spanish. There are some words that do not need to change from singular to plural in Spanish. These words end in the consonants S and X. In general terms, words that end in S in their singular form are already in plural form by default, so you do not need to add S, ES, or anything else. The same happens with those words in Spanish ending in the letter X. Some words that will not change their form in Spanish are tórax, crisis, paraguas, saltamontes, y nada. Some examples of sentences would be: La crisis nos ha afectado a todos. Las crisis que afectan a muchos países. El saltamontes es amigo de Pinocho. Los saltamontes son mis amigos también. Well, before we go, here is a summary of the rules we have discussed in the video. Number 1. Add S to the nouns when they end in vowels without tilde. For example, carro, carros. Amiga, amigas. Add ES to nouns that end in consonants or in vowels with tilde. For example, corazón, corazones. Number 3. When nouns end in Z, replace the letter Z for CES. For example, lápiz, lápices. Number 4. Do not change anything if the words end in S or X. We have reached the end of the video. We hope the content of this video was very useful to you. Leave us a comment and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to continue learning Spanish with us. Have a great day. Hasta pronto.